Hey everyone, welcome back. And if this is your first time, welcome. Doing a review on Control Freak. Every time I not logged in, but every time I got into Tubi, Control Freak was up there to watch. So I'm like, okay, let me see what this is about. Also, disclaimer real quick. I still haven't gotten my smoke alarm fixed because it's really high up. So if you hear that beeping, yes, I know it's beeping. Just dealing with slow maintenance. Anyway, so this was definitely, when I was watching this movie, I was like, whoever wrote this was really on some, I'm trying to be as grimy, trifling as possible without someone, sending me to a mental institution. That's what I got from it when I was watching it, okay? So the main character is insufferable from the time he gets on the screen. He kills somebody the first scene, and then when his wife comes in, he's like sitting on the couch, eating a bowl of cereal. He's just very rude. This guy has no redeemable qualities, though. Like, I try to look for that sometimes with villains. He had zero, okay? So it's mentioned throughout the movie that he was in foster care. So, the only story he knows is that his mother abandoned him as a newborn in a trash can. So, he automatically naturally, has animosity towards his mom. And his wife is urging him to do DNA test, 23andMe, to see if he can find his mother, find some family and stuff. And he grew up in foster care. And, it's sad that foster care gets a bad rep because there are good foster parents out there that really do want to make a positive difference in a child's life, but it gets overshadowed by the people that are just trying to get a check, unfortunately. So shout out to the good foster parents out there. So I didn't know that this was going to be a serial killer type movie. That's what this was. When I was reading it, when it talks about what the movie's about, for some reason I thought it was going to be like some kind of love triangle, which it was, but not with all the added extra stuff, which I guess is a good little surprise, right? So he is making googly eyes with his wife's sister, and I was like, okay, so that's the woman that he's cheating on his wife with, because it did mention infidelity in the description of the movie, which is low down and trifling, like for both of them. I just feel like it's one thing to cheat, but you're cheating with your wife's sister, and for that to be your sister and you messing with her husband, like, you just low down. I don't care how much you don't like your sister, that's just low down. So, of course, with him being involved with both his wife and his wife's sister, he don't want neither one of them talking to any kind of man. He's ended up knocking people off, which I was like, oh, it's going to be one of those where he's just taking anybody out that talks to his side chick. And this is the thing. Homegirl really was getting men, wasn't she? Like, every time I turn around, I lost count, but I think she had at least 4 men in the movie. And he was taking out, he didn't kill every last one of them, of course, if you've seen this already. But it's like, you are really crazy. And he was like a ticking time bomb, treating his wife terribly. I felt so bad for her because I feel like she was oblivious to, it's like she knows that she's not being treated right, but I don't know if she's having false hope or what. And so this one scene that took me out was when the wife's mom was talking about, if I was 20 years younger, even if you're joking, why would you say that about your daughter's husband in front of her face? So I said, okay, so the mama's low down and trifling. Then later on in the movie, he sleep with the mama. And I'm like, okay, throw her whole entire family away. Just throw them away. All right. Now, I wanted to know why he killed Brian. At the beginning of the movie, he killed this guy named Brian, right? And he had on a work shirt with his name on it. he had on a work shirt. This was a coworker of his. And if anybody's seen this, not correct me if I'm wrong, but did I miss why he killed Brian? Like, I don't feel like I found that out at watching the whole movie, because I figure with them starting off with a murder that would be some kind of like foreshadowing of something. Because when that scene was going on, I was looking for the caption that was going to say like 6 months later or a year earlier, but it didn't, because he killed that man the same day his wife came home, and he was sitting on the couch eating Fruit Loops, looking all nonchalant / bothered. So they keep mentioning this 23andMe thing. So I said I had a feeling. Actually, I don't know how I thought that DNA thing was gonna go, right? But we find out. So I guess they're not sisters related, because he basically found out that he's related to his wife's sister and, of course, the wife's mom. And he found all this out after he had sex with her, his mom. And after he's been having repeatedly sex with his sister. That's the part where I was like, yeah, whoever wrote this was like, man, I'm going to kill him with this. Because, yeah, you killed me with that. Because I was like, nasty. Listen, if you are adopted, you don't know your birth family, you probably need to blood test everybody before you have sex with them, unless they're like a totally different race or something. But because you just don't know, especially if you live in a small town and you've lived there all your life, because that was nasty as hell. So some kind of way, I guess they were stepsisters then, because it only said that he was related to her, the sister, and the mom. And the wife, she found out she was pregnant, and I felt so bad for her. I mean, I knew that was going to happen because she was throwing up for a little bit of the movie, and I'm like, well, she's going to find out she's pregnant. I actually thought that he was going to be mad about it, but he was happy. He was treating her nice for a second. And so this part, I feel like, and this is no disrespect to the screenwriter, but I feel like it seemed like this part was written like last minute, like they were trying to reach a deadline, because he ends up getting killed by, they had went out on like a double date. It was him and his wife, and then his wife's coworker, and a woman that he was messing with, but they didn't want anybody to know. And so he ended up killing dude because he thought he was talking to his wife, the main character, right? So the whole time, the woman that was messing with the guy, she was following him around, watching what he was doing. So she ends up killing him at the end for killing her dude, the one she wasn't supposed to be messing with. And I just feel like, that part, like her role, I guess it was supposed to be like a twist, but I don't know. It just was kind of awkward how it was thrown in there. Like I don't know how I was expecting it to end, but I was definitely expecting him to be knocked off because he was a serial killer. But like I said, someone let me know about Brian. Why did he kill Brian? That was his coworker. Did he make passes at his wife or something? Like he brutally killed him, choked him out, stabbed him. He killed his sister, stabbed her. He killed his mom. Let's see, he shot somebody in the head. Like he was really on some, I'm like, wow, he was on something else. But this is Control Freak on Tubi. It's new. I believe it's still trending. This was a wild ride. I'm pretty sure you've seen it, but if you haven't, check it out. For those who have seen it, I'm assuming everybody that watches my reviews has seen the movie. I'm just going to assume that. Let me know what you think. Like, are there any plot holes? Because I feel like that Brian one was one. Did you like the story? Did you find any redeemable qualities about dude? Because I didn't. Let me know anything good about him, okay? Shout out to my 114 subscribers. Shout out to the rest of you as well who are not subscribed. But you know you can by hitting that button for me. I really appreciate it. Peace and blessings to every one of you watching. Thank you, and y'all have a good one.